Nichiren Daishonin says that each person is a treasure tower and a child of Buddha. Human life is precious beyond everything, and each individual has a right to be happy. Practicing Buddhism is equivalent to do human revolution. The more you imbibe the practice, the better you become. Because Buddhism is not just the law of cause and effect in action, it is the law of cause and effect in Nichiren. And as each and every life is a treasure tower, that is why it needs to be respected. Because respecting life is equivalent to respecting Buddha. Nichiren Daishonin says that each life is adorned with 7 kinds of treasures, which makes it equal to treasure tower. First, hearing the correct teaching. Second, believing the correct teaching. Third, keeping the precepts. That means using the strategy of Lotus Sutra. Fourth, engaging in meditation. That means feeling the joy of chanting Daimoku. Fifth, practicing assiduously. That means sincerely persevering in the practice. Sixth, renouncing one's attachment. That means rejecting all other strategies except Lotus Sutra. And last but not the least, reflecting oneself. That means keeping a track on your human revolution.
Anyone who embraces the teachings of the mystic law can manifest their treasure tower. By respecting our life and chanting Namya Horinge Kyo, we are opening the doors of treasure tower. For doing that, we need to have strong conviction. We have the greatest fortune that is called life, which is highly valuable and irreplaceable. It is rare to be born a human being. The number of those endowed with human life is as small as the amount of earth one can place on a fingernail. And this is what Daishonin reminds us every day. But we human beings forget about it every time. Hence, we keep on wasting our treasure tower hidden inside us. And we are revolving around our karmic chains. The treasure tower specifically existed in the life of each one of us. If we don't strive to bring forth it, we are just wasting it every single day. And this would be a tragedy. Countless people are waiting to move near death and do not know what to do because they are not so fortunate enough to open their treasure towers. Our Buddhism practice is all about experiencing and telling those unfortunate ones to realize that they do possess their own treasure tower and help them to improve, open it. Faith develops when we constantly strive in our Buddhist practice. The Daishonin ensured that manifesting one's Buddhahood has nothing to do with one's social status. It all boils down to whether one chants the Daimoku of the mystic law and exerts oneself in the practice or not. In the later day of the law, no treasure tower exists other than the figures of the men and women who embraces the Lotus Sutra. We need to believe that if my life has Buddha nature, so does Agatha Shatru's life has. For example, if we have the physics law which is called gravity, in the similar way we have the law of life which is called Namya Horinge Kyo.
Nichiren encountered all manner of opposition and persecution from powerful priests and authorities, including banishment and attempts on his life. Remember Tatsunokochi persecution, where he was about to be beheaded. However, a blinding meteor streaked across the night sky, frightening away the executioner, the guards, and helping him narrowly escape death. Even in the gravest situation, he did not give up. He declared, "Each of you should summon up courage of a lion king and never succumb to the threats from anyone." He knew deep down in his heart that it is his mission to raise genuine disciples who would continue spreading the correct spirit and practice Namya Renge Kyo into the future. You may think that you offered gifts to the treasure tower of the thus come one many treasures, but that is not so. You offered them to yourself. You yourself are a thus come one who is originally enlightened and endowed with the 3 bodies. You should chant Namya Renge Kyo with this conviction, and then the place where you chant Daimoku will become the dwelling place of the treasure tower. After facing all kind of persecutions, Nichiren Daishonin didn't let his resolve waver. He brilliantly triumphed over oppression by the authorities, financial hardships, the untimely deaths of the loved ones, his illnesses, and countless other challenges. Today, he is admired as a model of faith.
As an educator engaged first-hand in primary school education, Makiguchi's hope and vow was to enable every child to succeed in creating personal happiness as a self-sufficient member of society. He encountered the Buddhism of Nichiren Daishonin at the age of 57. He expressed that, with an indescribable joy, I completely changed the way I had lived for almost 60 years. As this statement suggests, he took the Daishonin's teaching as a principle for living and devoted himself to it.
On July 3, 1945, Josei Toda emerged from prison, having endured 2 years of life in confinement and stood up alone to carry on the will of his mentor for the accomplishment of Kosen Rufu. He knew it that how the karma of Japan has been ruined because of the forced worshipping of false teachings. The people of Japan were in the deep pit of despair after the bombardments done in the World War II. Everything was dark and gloomy, and no source of hope was to be found. But Toda Sensei was convinced, and Nichiren Buddhism above constituted a spiritual principle powerful enough to lead the people away from suffering and confusion. And he stood up with the vow to spread the teaching.
After Josei Toda's death, Daisaku Ikeda took full responsibility for Kosen Rufu and was inaugurated as Soka Gakkai's third president. Ikeda Sensei opened a great path towards spreading of the mystic law throughout the entire world, which Nichiren Daishonin had predicted. Through the efforts of our three founding presidents, the Soka Gakkai and Nichiren Daishonin Buddhism now shines as a great hope throughout the world.
This is how the ordinary people achieved extraordinary thing. Our mentors literally proved the fact that how a great human evolution in just a single individual can enable a change in the destiny of all humankind. Just imagine if our mentors did not carry their human evolution, or did not put their efforts and struggle to transform themselves from lesser self to greater self, or did not even striving harder to build Soka Gakkai for peace and happiness. What hope we all have been carrying out today in our own life? We can't even imagine. That is why Sensei is telling us to keep striving to fulfill the vow of mentor and disciple. Even while going with our own problems and struggle, every single effort, every hardship will make the treasure tower of our life shine all the brighter. The radiance of our lives will in turn inspire many other countless people seeking the way, enabling each one of them too to shine as a hope-filled treasure tower. Sensei is asking us to take pride in ourselves. He is encouraging us, shine triumphantly treasure towers, firm in faith at all times, strongly united and with the courage of lions. So, let us all determine to construct treasure towers of Kosen Rufu in our communities. Let us all determine that each one of us must leave behind an eternal golden monument of personal achievement by undergoing great human revolution. Let us all determine by challenging ourselves with the spirit. This is where I'll be going to build my treasure tower, and this is where I'll be going to radiate the entire universe.